Hello everyone, welcome back to TeamAutoTrend channel. You may have already seen my detailed reviews of the brand new Mahindra Scorpio Classics S11 variant along with the detailed drive review. Today we have over here the Mahindra Scorpio Classics base level S variant. It is a fact that this is currently the most affordable Scorpio version in India. And before we get into the review, please make sure to subscribe to our channel as we provide detailed reviews of all variants of all cars along with regular news updates. Please do support us by liking and sharing this video. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter as well.
Is sponsored by Boodmo.com, the spare parts expert. Any brand, any model, any spare part, they offer only genuine quality components along with the cheapest and more expensive options all at one place for you. You can check out their website at Boodmo.com or download the Boodmo app, which is available for Android devices and iOS as well. You can search for the required spare part in the proper category from the scrolling menu on the home screen, and you can also check out the available offers displayed on the home screen as well.
Boodmo also offers return and refund assurance within 10 days of purchase. If you don't like the spare part, you can return it within 10 days without any hassle. Boodmo, the spare parts expert and quite literally the one-stop shop for all your automotive spare part needs. Today, this Mahindra Scorpio Classic S variant has been provided to us by CAI Auto Industries Private Limited, Mahindra Showroom in Coimbatore. On the Scorpio Classic S11 variant's detailed review, I may have mentioned that people who still prefer the older Scorpio's overall looks and appearance over those of the Scorpio N can definitely prefer the Scorpio Classic. Now, I would say that this Scorpio Classic S is even more stripped down. This variant obviously does not get projector headlamps, LED DRLs or chrome finished front grille while featuring black colored bumpers. And except for the new Mahindra logo, this front fascia is completely devoid of features. Next, moving on towards the sides, you get to see the same design language with the muscular wheel arches. And since this car has got black colored bumpers and all-round cladding, it has got a dual tone like look, which also looks pretty good, reminding us of the original Scorpio. Now even on this variant, you get to see the new age Scorpio branding and the cladding on the sides. And along with that, even this base version offers 17-inch steel wheels as standard, which means you can directly buy and fit the top spec variant's alloy wheels. Then apart from that, you have the obvious Scorpio's butch design language. This variant also offers black colored ORVMs and door handles. The B and C pillars are in body color instead of black. And this variant also does not offer a roof spoiler. Now moving towards the rear, here you can see the signature Scorpio Classic's tall tail lamps. However, the extensions on either side of the rear windshield are mainly dummy reflectors. The S11 variant provided small LED tail lamps, but on this version, you get only halogen bulbs. Now while the front fascia does not have any chrome or piano black detailing, at the rear you get to see this beam in the number plate housing which is finished in glossy black. Since Mahindra have split the Scorpio range into two, namely the Scorpio N and the Classic, this S variant is currently the most affordable Scorpio in the market. As expected, this does not offer a rear windshield wiper washer or defogger. However, the rear bumper as standard provides a footstep for the third row passengers along with two reverse parking sensors. That said, the same cannot be said for the sides as this variant does not have the integrated footsteps seen on the S11. Similarly, this variant also does not offer roof rails, and clearly you can see the signature stepped roof design on this S variant. This design aims to provide better headroom for all the passengers. Finally, on the front left fender, you get to see the M-Hawk branding. This updated engine now provides proper performance to match the muscular looks. Let's now get into the cabin. Yes folks, I'm right now inside the brand new Mahindra Scorpio Classics entry-level S variant. Yeah, that's it. The S is the base variant, and immediately you can see that the dashboard design and layout is carried forward from the S11. However, when you start counting the actual features that are available on this car, yeah, that is not a lot, and some design elements are just downright basic. Yes, for example, these door pads, they are reminiscent of the original 2002 Scorpio's base variants. As you can see, no door pockets, no bottle holders, just one single grab handle, which is nice and rubberized though, and one basic looking door lock door handle over here. Yes, this is a multifunctional handle, just like Ford cars. This also doubles up as the lock. So yep, apart from that, you can see the body colored panels on the inside. This is not a completely plastic molded door pad, and some metal exposures are there over here. Then apart from that, you get to see the manually adjustable ORVM stock on the sides. Yes, no electric ORVMs. However, this design of the dashboard is quite nice for such a base variant, because yes, it is quite modern even today, and this steering wheel also carries forward the new Mahindra logo, and this steering wheel is also nicely tilt adjustable. Yes, some good things are there still. However, no steering mounted audio controls, which means that no audio system, no infotainment system. That said, there is air conditioning. Yes, so there are 4 fan speeds, and there is also an AC low and AC high modes for the AC as well, which is quite nice again. Then this gear lever we have already seen on the S11. So except for the lack of the leather wrapping, this gear knob is exactly the same, and so is the slickness and the functionality of the gear lever. Even on this variant, you get to see a 12-volt charging socket with a dedicated phone pocket over here, which is quite nice and deep, so that you can easily slot your smartphone like that. Well, mine has the rather thick cover, but still it just goes inside, and that's how you do it. Okay, I cannot remove it now. You don't do this mistake. Okay, so this is okay if you don't have the phone cover on, and you can park your phone while being charged. Then apart from that, you also have another rubber padded part over here, this padding over here, so that you can place your smartphone while driving or while charging, which is quite nice and thoughtful. This area over here used to be an empty cavity on the S11 because the power window switches were located on the door pads. But since this is the base variant, the window switches are located on the center console over here. This here is the traditional location for the power window switches on the older Scorpio. So this just remains true to the original design, and there is this just only one small pocket on the center console for your coins and some other things. Surprisingly, even on this variant, you get to see rear AC vents for the middle row passengers, along with the rubberized cup holders at the back, which I'll show you once I get back. Now coming on towards other features on the dashboard. Yes, this car gets central locking, no remote locking obviously. The flip key design remains exactly the same as the S11 and some other Mahindra cars, including the XUV 700 as well. However, no remote central locking buttons. These are just simple flip keys, no buttons, and no central remote locking. But that said, you get manual central locking. For example, let me show you that. Yes, once you lock the door, every door get locked. So that's quite nice to see on such a large car. Then other things include this instrument cluster, for which I will have to turn on the car. So let me just slot the key inside. Yeah, slot it in, and this is how the instrument cluster looks like. While the design seems almost identical to that seen on the S11, this MID is even more slightly basic, as it does not have say blue lighting or anything. It just has simple greenish lighting at the back with the lettering in black on top of the green display, and the background lighting is also in green. I suppose you can see that now. Yes, it is all in green, which means it is a bit basic and like some older Scorpios in terms of design, layout and display. Yes, just like the S11, you don't get instantaneous efficiency or mileage displays over here in the MID. Instead, you get only 2 trip meters and an odometer, along with the fuel gauge and the engine temperature gauge. That's it. Okay, yeah, quite expected. Now coming on towards right side of the steering wheel, this car does not have electronically adjustable ORVMs, as I already said, but still you get engine idle start stop, which is a part of Mahindra's micro hybrid technology, which aims to provide that bit slight better efficiency on such a massive SUV. Irrespective of whatever Mahindra car you have, these features are standard. And true to the Scorpio's design, this here is the button to electronically open the fuel filling port, and this here is the headlamp scroller leveler. Okay, yep, that's all pretty standard stuff. Okay, then there is this glove box, which is of a pretty standard size and design. No cooling function, but still is quite okay. And obviously, as I already said, no door pads at all, strictly no. But still, you get to see this rather nice and cool looking Scorpio branding on the left side part of the dashboard, just ahead of the co-passenger. And as I already said, there are 2 modes for the AC, which means there is AC low and AC high. On the AC high, you get rather nice and bone chilling cooling, from this manual air conditioning, which is quite significant. Then yes, as expected, this driver seat does not have height adjustment. It just has only recline and slide adjustment, which is quite understandable because only the S11 gets height adjustable driver seat. Next, coming towards the roof, you have a day-night adjustable IRVM as standard even on this variant, which is quite nice. And the passenger side sun visor also has got a rather small, very small vanity mirror. Could have been better, could have been bigger. Then there are two individual cabin lamps, two yellow cabin bulbs, cabin lamps, one for the frontal cabin over here mounted centrally, and there is another for the third row passengers, which is quite nice and thoughtful. And basically that's it about the features. It is quite okay for such a base variant. This has some level of features which is quite appreciated. Yeah, I almost forgot to talk about the seats. Yes, talking about these seats, these are Rexin materials. These are not fabric seats. These are leatherette looking Rexin seats, which are quite nice in terms of support, comfort and design. However, this Rexin material definitely will heat up in hot conditions, which means it is always better for you to fit aftermarket seat covers or Mahindra accessory seat covers, depends on your liking. Let's now get to the rear seat, shall we? Yes folks, this here is how the dashboard of the base level S variant of the Mahindra Scorpio Classic looks like from the second row seat. To be honest, it looks okay for a base variant because it provides just about basic essential features which are obviously essential for such a massive SUV. For example, you get manual central locking, you get air conditioning with rear AC vents for the second row passengers, which is quite nice, and you also get all 4 power windows along with 2 trip meters in the MID, and that's it. Okay, and in terms of safety features as well, you get only basic essentials including dual airbags, ABS with EBD and manual central locking along with reverse parking sensors, and 3-point seat belts for the front and rear passengers. Especially for the corner seat passengers, you have proper 3-point seat belts, which is quite understandable. Then talking about other things, you get this pocket over here, which I was about to talk about. So this pocket we have already seen on the S11, and almost every generation model of the Scorpio has this pocket. It is a rubberized padded pocket over here, which can be used as either 2 cup holders or 1 single smartphone holder or multiple smartphone holders, however you like it. That said, even on the S11 you don't have a charging socket over here. This is actually a provision for a 12-volt charging socket. On the previous older S11 variants you have a 12-volt charging socket over here, but not on this Scorpio Classic, even on the S11, which is quite weird. Still, it is okay. You have at least 2 rear AC vents as standard along with that pocket over there. Now, according to Times, Mahindra have tried to improve the storage facilities on this older body shell and structure by providing additional storage spaces. For example, this pocket, we have seen this pocket on the S11 as well. Mahindra intends that this is a phone holder, but it is highly unlikely that any smartphone will fit over here. It is just 3 fingers wide. Probably some older Nokia phones will fit over here. That's it. And talking about other things, yes, the door pads are identical to what we have seen at the front. These are definitely quite basic looking, just simple Rexin material padding with some oval design over there. And you have these oval looking grab handles. Yes, this grab handle is quite soft and rubbery. Quite nice to see these things, but no bottle holders or door pockets even on the rear seat doors, which is again okay, understandable for a base variant. Then talking about the actual rear seat experience over here, these rear seats, as you can see, they are thick, nice, wide, and 3 people can sit here very easily, no issues at all. And this center passenger obviously has a lap belt. Yep, no 3-point seat belt, it's okay. No center armrest also over here. However, the 2 passengers, especially the corner seat passengers, get proper 2 adjustable headrests, which is quite good in terms of comfort and whiplash safety. However, in terms of legroom, as you can see, it is just about adequate. The reason for this is that the S11 model had driver seat height adjust, which means I always like to sit in a lowest position of the seat. So this car does not have that driver seat height adjust, which means I have adjusted according to my rather long shin and legs. This is my driving position, which means, yep, the legroom is limited for the second row passengers, especially for a person of my height. That is just adequate, just adequate legroom in this second row seat if I am seated over here. So okay, it is agreeable. However, the footroom is actually pretty okay. All right, now let's take a look at the jump seats at the back. This new Scorpio Classic carries forward all the overall layout, design and functionality of the original Scorpio, and as you can see, this S variant offers a 9-seating configuration, which means there are 2 seats on either side of this boot area in the form of jump seats. While this may not be so comfortable or safe, it may be completely okay for short journeys, but still Mahindra could have provided forward-facing third row seats, at least as an option. Now if these third row jump seats are not used at all, then they can be simply folded into the sides, liberating quite a lot of space for luggage loading. The main advantage of the Scorpio is that you can load this car up to the roof with these jump seats folded away. That said, if you want to seat passengers over here, sadly they don't have rear AC vents as they get only this yellow cabin lamp on the roof, and quite as expected, the inside of the tailgate also has got a plain looking padding with a simple grab handle and the old design door handles. Another small helpful feature on the Scorpio Classic are these butterfly opening third row windows. Despite the lack of third row AC vents, these small openings provide better air circulation. Then if you want even more space to load very massive items in your Scorpio Classic, then don't worry, the Classic provides you a solution by folding the second row seats. Pulling this lever on the side of the second row seats folds them flat. Well, not exactly flat with the floor, instead it forms a massive flat platform so that you can load large items on these seats as well. This provides some level of additional flexibility. Oh yes, talking about the spare wheel, the 17-inch steel spare wheel is located underneath the body, which can be used for long term as well. Now let's check out the engine bay. Opening the bonnet of the Scorpio Classic is a very easy affair, in fact even more easier than the Scorpio N, because even though being a more premium SUV, the Scorpio N does not provide hydraulic bonnet struts. The Classic has got such a massive and heavy bonnet, so these hydraulic struts are essential. However, the Scorpio N provides an even larger bonnet, but still Mahindra have not provided hydraulic struts for that premium SUV. Then this here is the 2.2-litre 4-cylinder M-Hawk turbo diesel engine producing 130 PS of maximum power and 300 Nm of maximum torque through a 6-speed manual gearbox similar to the entry-level variants of the Scorpio N. This engine is now around 50 kilos lighter than before. But one strange thing is that the opening for the hood scoop on this Scorpio Classic is now completely closed off. On the previous versions, the hood scoop was actually functional, providing cooling for the intercooler. But on this Scorpio Classic, the hood scoop is just for looks. You can find my detailed drive review in the description box below. Let's now talk about the pricing and value of this car. So folks, that was the base S variant of the Scorpio Classic. Buying a full-size 7 or 9-seat SUV is becoming expensive now, as the Scorpio N has become way more premium, and the Scorpio Classic's S11 still misses out on some features. That said, the overall basic structure, powertrain and safety features are almost exactly the same on this S variant, and features like projector headlamps, LED DRLs, alloy wheels and a touchscreen system can be added as a part of aftermarket accessories, as this base S variant is best suited for modifications and customizations. This variant is also for people who don't want any fancy features at all and all they want is the Scorpio. Do let me know in the comment section below what do you think about this S variant of the Scorpio Classic. Meanwhile, this is Rajesh signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.